Hello world and welcome to Elevated Intuition. Today we are doing a reading for career and finances for February. And this is what I like to call Money Monday because I release it on Mondays. I used to do some day trading and that's what we called Money Monday. But I love that energy and I love like that just seeking that energy that comes along with wealth and abundance. And I believe that it's there for all of us and that we can all find it in our own way and that no two journey is the same, which is why I like to do these readings. So if you are new to Pick a Card readings, I have 4 piles here for us. Pile 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this is where you get to engage your intuition to decide which pile is right for you. And then I will engage my intuition and read the cards for you. So you take whatever pile looks good to you. If you like to pick with crystals, I will be placing them here in a moment. I would also like to point out that I am burning a green candle for us that I anointed with basil and ginger. So if you are new to candle magic, which we've all pretty much done candle magic, birthday candles, make a wish, remember? So this green candles are for wealth and prosperity and abundance, and so is basil. So basil is an herb that you can work with to bring that into your life. So that's why I put basil on there. And I also put ginger on there because ginger is fast acting. It's spicy. It brings things in quickly. So here are our crystals. For pile 1, I have, this is Serpentine. So this is like this green hue, this green and black swirl. For pile 2 is Fluorite. Pile 3 is going to be this Chevron Amethyst. And pile 4 is green Opal. So just take a deep breath, breathe in, close your eyes, breathe out slowly, then open your eyes. Whichever pile seems to be drawing your attention, let's go with that. If there's more than one pile, you are more than welcome to listen to more than one reading. And this is a general reading, so take what resonates. I have the timestamps down below and I will meet you at your pile. Hello, group 1. If you picked the Serpentine, you are in the right place. Let's take a look at the cards. I also have some oracle cards here that I will put aside for now. We'll bring out in a moment. Let's take a look at your current situation. So the first card we have is a Major Arcana card, Justice. This talks about balance because she's got the scale here. She also has a sword. She's somebody who is seeking fairness, integrity. So if you are currently in a workplace situation where you might, like, things don't feel like they're, like everything is on the up and up. This is just to let you know that those things are going to work out. And if you're in a dispute, as long as you are fair and honest and truthful, that will work out in your favor. But this is, honesty and truthful for everyone. So if you have been working with a coworker and doing passive aggressive things to you and they're doing it to them, just know that like justice is blind, but actually justice also sees all and justice is very wise. But this is a very stable energy as well because we're seeking balance. It's all about integrity. So I feel like you have been because it's the question asked here is how are you doing currently? So I feel like you've been acting with integrity. So I hope you feel that way too. I hope that resonates and that I feel like that's something that's important for you and that you're very responsible and accountable and those types of things are going to be rewarded for you very soon. Lessons to be learned. Ooh, we've got the Tower in reverse. So the Tower is, You can see this card, I'll show it to you, upright. Tower upright is about like a quick and sudden change, something that you have no control over, and it just is kind of like stripping away a lot of things. We've had a lot of tower moments recently in 2020, things that are just completely out of our control, but maybe change everything. Still, in reverse though, it is kind of like you've survived that and you've come out, like if you're in the current position of justice, I feel like you've come out of that pretty well. And that the lessons that you've learned is all about survival and resilience. And you're probably more resilient than you give yourself credit for. And that's really important, not only in your work and finances and how you take care of yourself and others, but you know, just all around, resilience is an excellent quality to work on for all of us. You've been put to the test and you've handled it. You can handle stress. You can handle the unexpected. This doesn't necessarily mean that more of that is coming. It's just that if something pops up, you are more than capable of handling that and handling it here with integrity. And then we have the Five of Cups, but in reverse. Five of Cups. You can see this. This is not the like happiest position to be in, but we have it reversed here. So you may have at the beginning of these tower moments felt like things were just out of control and out of your hands, but since then you have really found peace. Or this is actually like issues that you need to deal with, and that is that you need to find peace. I feel like you have, considering that we have these two first cards, but if not, then this is your invitation to be like, hey, look on the bright side. We have 3 cups here that are like spilled over, but we've got 2 cups left. Let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater. Let's be thankful for what we have. Let's find that stable footing where we are, and let's move on from that position. So our first step to doing that is the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is actually very balanced between logic and emotions. Cups is all about emotions, but the King of Cups, he's been through these tower moments time and time again, and he is in touch with his emotional side, but he does not let that, he doesn't get triggered. He knows himself. He's done his work. He's done his shadow work, and he understands the things that, like if he gets laid off, of course, you know, that's going to be a stressful position, but he's like, wait a second, I can do this and I can do that and I can do this. Certain things are out of my hands, but I know the power that I have inside me, and I know the things that I can accomplish and I can do. So this is tapping into that, tapping into yourself and understanding the power that you have in yourself for your future, not letting other people control that for you, because the King of Cups, he's a leader. He is the one who is in control. I also love that his throne is, if you can see this here, it is like a car. You know, the King of Cups, think Poseidon here, think that he's like rules the sea. So this car like ended up there, and he's upcycled that to his throne. So he is taking the things at his disposal and making the best of them, and like just making them really cool and awesome. I also love this like connection here. There's a cup here, and then he's got like this connection here to his gut, because he is all about intuition. Like even though he balances logic and intuition and his emotional and those types of things, his true wisdom comes from within. His true wisdom comes from himself. So the first step for you is recognizing the wisdom that you have in yourself and kind of doing that gut check. Like, yes, you have thought about something for so long, but what does your gut tell you? Because the weird thing about our mind is it kind of talks us out of things at some point. Like, do you really want this job? And you're like, yes, my initial reaction is, yes, I want this opportunity. I want this job. I want to go after it, right? But then your mind gets involved. Well, it's going to be a 30-minute drive. Well, you're going to have to get up early. Well, there's all these other obstacles, but your gut doesn't have that. Your gut doesn't have that thing that talks you out of it. Your gut is just and you feel it, like somebody gives you butterflies, somebody, you know, so take that gut reaction with whatever opportunities are presenting themselves. And so then let's talk about opportunities. And for right here, we get Judgment. This is another major arcana card. You've got 3 so far. This is major energy for you coming in February. And I also say coming in, look at this, like, knowledge that is like downloading into you. A lot of spirituality talks about downloads. I feel like just even if you don't believe in downloads, that you're going to get like this epiphany, this thought. Oprah calls it an aha moment that is going to come to you like, oh, I could be doing this. I could, you know, you know what? I'm really great at this. This is what I should do. This is what I should pursue. And that is going to show you the opportunities that you have available to you. This is also a renewal. I love it here when we have like these 2 cards, the Tower and the 5 of Cups, because this energy over here is kind of about loss, but the renewal and like the King of Cups is, you know, picking up things, and making it even better than it was before. And you're being reborn with that and renewed with that, with this Judgment. And it's finding a new purpose, and new financial habits as well. Could be that, you know, one of your epiphanies could be this year that you want to put more away in savings, and that there should be a percentage of your income that you do not spend, that you're going to put it away before you do anything else with that. Tony Robbins talks a lot about that. So if you're interested in that, if that's like, oh, that resonates with me, I suggest checking out some Tony Robbins things, because he does career and finance videos. He has some very good advice about that. So then your next card, this is who can help you. And it's really interesting that we have the 5 of Wands, because it's not really like people are helping each other here. It's a combat, right? If you take a look at this, they're fighting each other, but it is really more of like a competitive nature, and nobody's getting hurt. There's not blood. There's not holes in people. I know this is just very interesting art, but that's not what's happening. It's kind of like they're measuring themselves against each other. So it's competition. It's competition though that they're using to like sparring, like getting better for each other. So who can help you? Well, your competition can. That if you are like, you own your own business and you're looking at, let's say, a restaurant, and you do breakfast and lunch, and there's the restaurant down the road that they're offering dinner too, that kind of thing. So look at what your competition is doing and what they are doing well, and how that fits in with you, and go, oh, you know what, that could help me too. I could do that too. And it's not even necessarily looking, I mean, you could even work with somebody who is a quote unquote competitor, but maybe you guys have complementary services that you could work together to promote your businesses together. So that's like another idea that's coming to me that could be helpful for you. I'm also using like 3 decks that are completely different in artwork. I was just called to do these decks, and I think that they're fun together. So that was who can help you. This is kind of like the method for this month. Like, how is the best method for you achieving your goals, achieving your financial success, achieving your career success, achieving what you're looking for? And it's interesting that we have the 7 of Wands after we have the 5 of Wands, because the 5 of Wands, you know, we're sparring here. You know, I mentioned like your competition could help you. This is kind of like the 7 of Wands in reverse. So it's putting down that idea that they are your enemy and allowing this collaboration that you can do together. This is also letting down some boundaries that may be blocking you. Like you may have been 5 of Cups is a mental blockage that you have not been allowing certain things to come in. This Judgment though, this is allowing ideas and opportunities to flow for you. And the Seven of Wands is allowing that as well. So listen to your internal, when you are asking questions, listen to what's going on in your mind and what it is that you need to be allowing into your thoughts, into your life, and then how you are going after that. And then we have the Lovers. And again, this is really interesting. When I talked about this competition here, and now we're putting down that sword, and the Lovers this is a career and finance reading. So yes, traditionally the Lovers is a partnership between two people, but it does not have to be romantic. It can definitely be something like a cooperation, a collaboration between you and someone else. And because you find yourself on the same journey, and that you shouldn't be competing anymore against each other, you should be helping each other out. Like maybe you are both into like the same thing. You're trying to get your YouTube channel off the ground, and you both can appear in each other's videos, that kind of thing. Maybe you maybe you have shakes at your restaurant, and somebody else, they have something that really complements those shakes, like cheese sticks. those two things seem like I want to eat them together, but you can like offer a coupon for them, they could do for you, do some cross promotion kind of thing, and together you are very powerful and create this alliance to help each other out. And Lovers is about balance. Again, you had this Justice here about balance. I also love the Lovers. You have the snake here. In traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, the Lovers are depicted as Adam and Eve. What they do is they eat from the tree of knowledge, right? They are then become conscious, like they are aware, they are open to new things. That's what Judgment is. That's this information that's coming in. But this is a renewal here, where the Lovers is kind of like a brand new journey. I don't know if they can all fit. Okay, so then the first two cards I have are for Law of Attraction. So your Law of Attraction is shortages of time or money are perpetual. So if you are feeling shortages of time or money, your best effort would be to focus upon better feeling thoughts and do more things that make you feel good. Your time is a perpetual thing, and even though the clock is ticking for the same amount for everyone, your alignment affects your perception as well as the results you allow. As you observe the enormous differences in the effort of people apply and the results they achieve, you have to conclude that there is more to the equation of achieving than action alone. And this is kind of like, you see somebody who's really doing well, but they don't really, you're looking at them and they don't really feel like they're putting in any effort at all. It's just because they are dropping these boundaries and allowing that thing to flow into their life versus putting up all these boundaries, putting up these certain ways of thinking that, and just allowing great things to flow into your life. So this time and money balance, when we're talking about career and finance, like the worst trade-off that you can make is time for money. So and you see that in the workplace, the worst paid people are the ones who are paid by the hour. It comes not by magic, but by law. Start telling the truth, start telling a better feeling story about the things that are important to you. Do not write your story like a factual document, weighing all the pros and cons of your experience, but instead tell the uplifting, fanciful, magical story of the wonder of your own life, and watch what happens. It will feel like magic as your life begins to transform right before your eyes. But it is not by magic. It is by the power of the law of the universe and your deliberate alignment with those laws. So when you're making goals, when you're making lists, when you envision your best life, the best opportunities coming to you for February, because that's what we're talking about. This is not it's not pros and cons. This is shoot for the stars. This is put in everything that you want and be completely positive about it, because when you put things that are negative in there, it's just going to attack you and eat away at you, and like that's what's gonna end up happening. So we want happy stories, we want good feeling things, we want like, how am I going to achieve this? And understand that when you put up like that huge goal, when you have this idea for like that huge goal, it is achievable. Sometimes it feels like it's just way, way over your head, but you've got some major arcana cards here that means some major energy is at work for you. The end result here is the Lovers. The end result is balance. And balancing time and money. This is not like working so hard that you have no time for your loved ones. This is just allowing those great things to come in and finding better ways for you to achieve it. And we've got discernment and change. So it's interesting that you have change because we have this tower here. And I think this change is really, you've got this lightning here, electric, and you know, there's lots of movement here. We've got the birds, which is always usually indicates communication coming in. Embrace the change and understand that it is coming for you in a good way. So when you put these good thoughts forward, that the changes are going to be good, because the only thing constant in the universe is change. Everything is constantly changing. So it's finding your place within there, and you've got some great ideas coming in here as to where your place is going to be with this change, and just embracing it and harnessing it for yourself. Discernment is, though, of like, where change is kind of like this really huge erratic energy. Discernment is like, okay, I'm going to pick this, I'm going to pick this, and I'm going to pick this. Like, I see all of these opportunities, but what I really am going to focus on are these three things, or this one thing, because this is what's most important to me. I'm not going to get worried or upset about all of these other little things that are going on. I am going to focus on this thing and work on that, and everything else is just, I'm gonna let it go and let it flow, and it's going to get into alignment for me. So group one, that's what I have for you for February. It looks like a really interesting month. The most important thing is not to block the thoughts that are coming into you. Allow those things to happen. Back to this card where it was talking about the pros and cons, that's where we can kind of block ourselves from great things happening, right? When we're like, oh, I've got this idea. Oh, I've got this idea. And then we're like, nah, I can't do that. No, go with the idea and figure out a way. If you really want something, you'll find a way. If you don't, you're going to find an excuse. And so that's where you are this February. Thank you, group one, and I will see you later. Bye. Hello, group two. If you picked this fluorite heart, you are in the right place. And put that out of the way over here. And let's take a look at the cards. I also have some oracle cards here for some extra added advice. I'll put those away for right now. But let's talk about our current situation of the Two of Pentacles. So this is, well, and this is Two of Pentacles in reverse. So as you can see, the Two of Pentacles is a balance, like a flow, but in reverse, I feel like you're taking on a little bit more than maybe you're comfortable with, that things are happening and coming at you fast, and losing balance, and some things that are kind of like overwhelming, that maybe you have too many projects going on that you really need to step back and renegotiate some deadlines, or that you do have all of these things coming in, but if you step back and put a plan in place of like, okay, I have these 6 things to do. When are they due? Put that on your calendar. Then how much time do you have to work on each thing, and stick to that and get it done. Remember, there is, what is it, the 80-20 rule, that 20% of your effort is worth 80% of your success. So give each thing like the best 20% of your effort that you can. And, you know, maybe you do need to make some negotiations with your quality of work, that if you really need to get something done, that maybe the quality is going to have to suffer a little bit. And honestly, I work at a really high, you know, for myself, like I want this done, I want this done, I want this done, and I want it to look like this. I very rarely hit that. And you can honestly work on a project forever and never get it 100% the way you want it. But for your peace of mind, this is the infinity symbol here that you're kind of dancing with, you really need to look at some things and renegotiate some things, because if you drop some balls, it's going to be worse than if you put in your B effort instead of your A game. So let's put that down here. Lessons that need to be learned. We have the Six of Cups in reverse. Six of Cups is kind of a nostalgia card. You've got these two kiddos on here and they are playing together. It's very peaceful, but we have it in reverse, meaning that you could be looking for some independence. This month you could be financially maturing in some way, and maybe that's why you've got all of these things going right now, because you want to get out of whatever situation you're in. Maybe you are still living at home and you need to move out. Maybe you are living with a roommate and you want to move out of that situation. Maybe you are in a situation where you want to move on from your partner and looking for independence. This could also so lesson learned here is, look for, ways that are going to give you independence, but aren't going to, because if you're juggling way too many things, that's not independence either. That's kind of like being tied to your job. And maybe that's the independence that you're looking for. Instead of working all the time, that you can find some independence to, sit and play with flowers with a friend. This can also talk about getting out of a negative pattern. So it's very connected here to the Two of Pentacles, because maybe you are in this pattern where you take on too much and juggle too much. Then I trace the infinity symbol again, because that could be an ever-going pattern that maybe you need to look at and break. So consider those things. Next, we have what do you need to overcome? And we have the Seven of Wands in reverse. So Seven of Wands talks about like this battle that's happening. Reversed, letting things go. So if you are in a situation where you're battling at work, and maybe that's the independence you're looking for, that you're just not getting along with your boss or your coworkers or something, this is like putting that down and walking away from that situation, or choosing not to engage and not to fight. Sometimes people we spend a lot of time with, which could be people we work with, like they just know what buttons to push. And this could be just like, hey, you know what? I'm not going to react to that anymore. I've got way too much on my plate to get into this passive aggressive battle with Debbie at work, right? I don't care that she put some passive aggressive sign on the refrigerator. I'm just not going to engage or deal with it anymore, letting those things go. This can also be you blocking off your own opportunities, maybe because you are so busy, and sometimes we get into like this busy frame of mind that we don't even see the opportunities. So I don't even know that there is a promotion available for me in this other department that would be perfect, because you're too busy dealing with these things over here. So if you feel like there's opportunities that you're just not seeing, breathe, put some things down, take a step back, take a moment for yourself and look around and make sure that you are not blocking opportunities that are coming in for you. So your first step is the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Swords. So this is interesting to me because Queen of Swords is a master communicator. Swords are about communication, they're about logic, they're about information coming in. And the reason I say it's interesting because we are headed into February. Well, this is for February, but January 30th through February like 21st, I think, is Mercury retrograde. I know it seems like Mercury goes retrograde all the time and it wreaks havoc. And one of the things that it wreaks havoc with is communication. So there's often miscommunications between people. Queen of Swords, though, master communicator, and she is in control and she creates communication and she is all about that. So your first step is to harness this energy and to put out, when you are communicating with people, just make sure that you're being concise. Make sure that you follow up and make sure they understand the way that you say that, that there's no misunderstandings, because February could be full of some misunderstandings. But I feel like you can handle that with some logic and with some reason. And this is bringing in some more self-confidence, because when you're juggling things and you're overwhelmed and when you've been fighting and you're seeking independence, self-confidence may be something that's suffering for you. So bring that in and bring it in through logic, because confidence, a lot of times, the reason that we don't feel confident is not very logical. Okay? You are awesome at what you do. Understand that, know that, see that about yourself, and make some positive affirmations for yourself where you are believing in yourself again. And letting go of that negative criticism. Maybe there's something constructive there, find that, but don't do an emotional response to somebody who might be criticizing you. That might be blocking opportunities too, where somebody comes in and says, hey, if somebody says this sucks, of course, that's not great, but understand that maybe there is something underlying there. Well, why? Oh, because, it doesn't convey what it's supposed to. Okay, then take that. So instead of having this emotional reaction to that, just say, okay, why? Why? And keep asking why until you find what is working for you and what helps you. So opportunities for you, we've got the Two of Swords, and it looks like you have several opportunities coming for you, because the Two of Swords is about decisions, and it's about balancing that decision. A lot of times when we have the Two of Swords energy, like, you see these opportunities and you know about these opportunities, but you aren't making that decision for whatever reason. Maybe because you are lacking some self-confidence, maybe because you are blocking your financial freedom, you are blocking something for yourself. But this Two of Swords, you can take a look at this. She's got a sword on either side that she's kind of holding on to, and it's kind of like tearing her apart, this decision is. And there is a path here and there is a path here, and it is finding that path that balances like logic and intuition, your head and your heart, to make the right decision for you. And I almost feel a lot of times with the Two of Swords that maybe sometimes these decisions are difficult because there isn't a wrong decision. But it's just, you got to go with your gut. You got to go with your gut feeling here. You got to go with, Queen of Swords is about logic. So you got to balance it. And you actually have a 2 here and a 2 here. 2 is about balance. 2 is about finding that middle ground, that maybe if you don't like either one of these, that there is a path in between that is just perfect for you. So who can help you? And we have the alien. Yes, we have aliens coming in for you. This deck I love it because it's really fun and it brings cards like aliens in here. But in the traditional tarot, it is the Hermit. And the Hermit, there's only one person on this card, right? It's you. And you may feel like the alien, I think, adds like a little bit extra to the meaning of the Hermit, that you may feel kind of like you're alone or you're an outcast or you're the only person going through this, because it is a personalized journey. But like there's knowledge here for you. There's a light, follow the light, follow your way. There's also like this, there's DNA in here, and I think it's hard to see, but I'm gonna hold it up here. The skin of this alien is like this geometric shape. I forget the name of the geometric shape, but it means that yes, we are all different, and that we need to recognize our uniqueness, but that we are also all connected. So understand that maybe you feel like an outcast here because you're not, you're just so involved with what you're doing and you're so overwhelmed with what you're doing, you kind of feel alone. But you're not. We are all connected. However, your journey is personalized, and the only person that can make these decisions for you, the only person who can decide what is right for you and where you should go, is yourself. And trust yourself. So then, the method that you need to follow is the Chariot. And the Chariot is kind of about decisions too, but it's putting that extra movement behind it, and it's pulling up the reins, because we have these two little monsters pulling our chariot. In traditional tarot, it's a chariot with horses, and those horses are very powerful. But make sure that you're the one in command. Pick up and bring your power back. And you're going to do that by finding that middle ground and finding where you're going to go. I love the Chariot too. The Chariot moves across the sky, that you're just going to, once you just decide your direction, that you're just going to fly with it. Like, it's just any obstacles that are in your way, you're just going to like overcome them. It's like basically the biggest obstacle for you right now is this Two of Swords and this Two of Pentacles, these twos, that is kind of being split and not understanding where to go. Once you concentrate your energy towards one thing, it's going to be magical for you. And then your final outcome card is Two of Swords again. I like using different decks because it really confirms things when you get multiple cards. We've got Two of Swords and Two of Swords, and they're very, very different looking cards. However, you're being pulled apart here by this decision, and it's just like, hey, make this decision already. I love this card in particular because I love the whole, like, we've got a rock, and this is paper boat, and the Two of Swords, scissors. So rock, paper, scissors. Stop playing games. Make your decision. Feel your power, and let's get going already. All right, so Oracle cards. My attraction to it invites the essence of it. Anything you are giving your attention to is an invitation to the essence of it. Saying, I want money, but it will not come, is the same as saying, come to me, absence of money, which I do not want. When you are thinking of money in the term, when you are thinking of money in that way, that will make it control, or it will make it come to you. You always feel good. Sorry about that. Blah. When you are thinking of money in the way that keeps it from coming to you, you always feel bad. That is how you know the difference. So this is interesting because this is talking about like money, like one subject, but that it's a double-edged sword. So it's really two subjects. You have on one hand, money, like I want more money. On the other hand, the absence of money. And when you say, I want more money, but you're feeling it in your gut that you don't have money, like you're actually attracting the absence of it. I hope that makes sense to you. Because this is all about the law of attraction. This is focusing on what you want. This is making that decision for what you want and then putting forth those positive thoughts to bring that into your life. So it's kind of the same for love too. I think if you know people who are like, want a relationship, they want a relationship so bad, but they never get in a relationship, and maybe they're an awesome person and you're like, how can they never find a person? But really they're just attracting people who aren't interested in a relationship because the vibration they're putting out to the world is like they're focusing on the lack of the relationship. So they're focusing on the negative aspect of it. You almost always, somebody who finds a relationship is somebody like, I'm happy the way I am. I don't need a relationship. And because you're happy, you attract a happy person and boom, you find a relationship. So that is the same with money and these law of attraction cards. And I have control over the thoughts I think. Gaining control again, gaining control. That's what these twos are all about. Since you have control over the thoughts you offer, that could be more just, or what could be more just than the powerful law of attraction, responding equally to everyone who offers a vibration. Once you gain control over the thoughts you think, your sense of injustice will subside and will be replaced with the exuberance of life and the zest to create that you were born with. Let everything in the universe be the example of you for the law of the universe to work. So this is about what I was talking about, offering those positive thoughts. Like if you are thinking, it's not fair that I don't have money and this person does. First of all, comparison is the thief of joy. And you have no idea the type of thing that they have put in versus the energy that you have put in. But when you think those negative thoughts, then, negative things come to you, unfortunately. But it's awesome as well because you have control over the thoughts that you think. So it's getting in a positive mindset. It's getting out of this kind of like fight or flight reactionary energy of being overwhelmed over here and picking up the reins and really taking control of your month and where you're going. And then we have new beginnings, new moon, and peace. I love both of these cards because they're so different than what we have over here. It's reframing things. It's looking at it from, picking your direction and really going on that path of prosperity and enjoying it. And then being at peace, like setting some boundaries with the things that you're doing, renegotiating these deadlines. Like, does it really have to be done? Setting down like that schedule that we talked about and just breathing peace and letting go of the way that you think that they should be and just, this is so different than this Two of Pentacles energy that is so hectic, where this is like sitting down and just relaxing. This is also how like I envision when you need to step back and really figure out what's important, what you need to step away from, what you are blocking. This is just a communication with yourself, very much this alien energy where you are finding what's important to you. The only thing that's important is like within this bubble, and it's setting those boundaries so that you can pick up this control and move on and have success. The success that you are envisioning, the success, the positive thoughts, the success that you want for yourself. Whew, okay, so that's what I have for you, group 2. Please let me know if this resonates, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye. Hello, group 3. If you picked this Chevron Amethyst, you are in the right place. I have some oracle cards for us that I will pull out a little bit later. Let's get into the cards. And the current energy for you is the Chariot, but in reverse. So the Chariot is all about taking control of your destiny and like picking up the reins and being in control. And right now it's reversed. So you're at risk of falling out of this Chariot. I don't know if you, who was it? It's not Icarus. Icarus flew too close to the sun, but somebody stole Apollo's chariot and thought because Apollo made it look easy to go, Apollo's chariot took the sun across the sky in Greek mythology. They stole the chariot and then they ended up falling out of the chariot and dying because they did not know how to control things. They were a little bit too ambitious. So the Chariot, it really though is about balance too. So you're either being a little bit too aggressive or not aggressive enough. That you are being too ambitious or not ambitious enough. But it's finding that balance and finding that control and picking up those reins and really being in charge of these horses. And in this case, it looks like they're sphinxes. So, and you can control it. That the Chariot is about you being able to control it. So the current situation, you know, I'm feeling like things are not going the way that you want them to. And let's figure out why. Let's figure out some more information. So lesson that you need to learn here, we've got the Emperor in reverse. Both of these cards, the Chariot and the Emperor, are major arcana cards, which means that they're major energies. They're really, really important. This is a big February for you. Again, 4 is the number of the Emperor, and 4 is a number of balance. Right? We're seeing this again. So you and the Emperor is about structure. So either you're being too rigid or you're not being rigid enough. You don't have enough structure. That you just are just letting things happen and you are not taking control of it. Because the Emperor upright would take control. The Emperor, I feel, could take this Chariot and take it to the next level and deliver that sun across the sky. And what you need to overcome is change. So this is the Death card. So this does not mean literal death. This is talking about it's just change. It's just an end of a cycle. It's something different. So if you maybe lost your job recently and that is really difficult for you because if you're trying to do something on your own, I mean, the great thing about like having a corporate structured job is you know when you're supposed to be there, you know when you're supposed to go to lunch, you know when you're supposed to go home. And this almost feels like you started a new thing, but maybe like you're in charge of it, which is great and it's fun and it has a lot of opportunity, but you need to put that structure behind it for it to be successful. So this is like embracing that change, but still like when some things changes, like if you are not going to that corporate job anymore but you're trying to recreate it for yourself, some things change, but some things need to stay the same, like still the structure behind it. It's really going to help you. If you're working from home, make sure that you get up, you get dressed, you put on pants. It's amazing the difference that happens when you put on pants for the day. Okay, so that's what we need to overcome. So the first step here is the Princess of Swords. I love it that it's the Princess of Swords because this is like brand new, something brand new. The Swords is about communication. It's about information. So this is new things coming in. And I love her because she is just really grasping the sword. She's really like, oh, you know what? This is a new beginning and I'm going to really be committed to it. I'm really going to take this sword and I'm be fierce about this. It's very logical. So a very logical approach to what's going on here is going to help you, whether that is inputting structure, whether that is like managing your expectations, that, you know, a lot of times we have like these really grandiose, great expectations, and when we don't reach them, we just throw the whole thing away. But it's showing up for kind of like battle, like every day. This is new ideas, new plans, new communication coming in. I do want to warn you, because we have the Swords energy here, that in February we have Mercury retrograde pretty much for most of the month, and that is about miscommunications. The Princess of Swords could be about delayed communication as well. So if something is delayed or not coming through, you know, pick up the phone, pick up the email, text somebody, figure it out. Don't just let things happen to you. Go figure out what's going on. And another major arcana card. This is the Sacred Clown. This is opportunities coming your way. Sacred Clown takes the place of, if you know tarot, this is the Fool. So, you know, there's a lot of chaos going on around you, but the Sacred Clown kind of has this eye on the prize. He knows where he's going. He knows where his end goal is, and he is just going to step off with that kind of happy-go-lucky energy, and you know, when you take a step, the universe steps with you. I love that the sun is kind of behind him, because it's almost like when you do have this grandiose idea, this grandiose goal, and you're focused on that end goal, that the universe is behind you. Like the sun is behind you. The sun is so important to have behind you. It's also interesting that his shadow here is like this white being. It is kind of like the sun shines the truth on things. So if you're acting with integrity and truth, you can just see these traps that are set for you and just like glide past them to your opportunities. So I feel like there's going to be opportunities coming. Sorry, my phone is ringing. Okay. So these opportunities that are coming, it's going to give you like this great energy and like idea, and it's going to be like, oh yeah, like this almost epiphany that yes, this is perfect. This opportunity is perfect for me. And maybe it is kind of like huge, like, but that's okay. I'm not going to worry about the details. I'm going to go after it and walk off this cliff towards that goal. Who can help you? This is the Queen of Cups. She is a very nurturing person, in touch with her intuition, in touch with her femininity. So it doesn't necessarily, like, this is just a feminine energy, so it doesn't necessarily need to be a female who can help you, but somebody who is very nurturing, somebody who is in touch with their intuition. Maybe they're not the most logical, but I love this like branching out here. If you want to see it, this artwork is so crazy that it's just awesome. This is a vagina with ovaries here, and like this almost look, and then everything is branching out from that. So I almost feel like your network is going to be important, or this person is going to help you with her network. Queen of Cups. Cups is water signs, so Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But it looks like there's somebody who's, and the Queen is about creating new things. So creating these great things that maybe you don't know what the details are, but you can hook up with somebody who knows how to create things. And maybe this isn't even somebody who you are in direct communication with. Maybe it's somebody who has like a YouTube channel, and you are looking at how she started a print-on-demand Etsy business, something like that. But this is somebody who is definitely in control of what she's doing, and she'll help you out. with these opportunities, and to get a little bit more control and structure behind yourself, so that February is successful. And then we have the Tower, but in reverse. So the Tower is everything's fallen apart, right? And it's about something that you don't even have control over. Like, they don't have control over this lightning bolt. We don't have control over a pandemic, for example. But this is like going up. I feel like there is just everything is going up for you. And I'm really hearing the Aerosmith, Love in an Elevator. I know this is a career in finance. But this, what is it? Living it up while I'm going down. But you're not going down, you're going up. And but you're living it up as well. So it's not just, it's embracing this change here that, wherever you're kind of like lost over here, being too aggressive or not aggressive enough, and putting a structure behind it. And when you do that, there's no place to go but up. That song also has some very interesting lyrics. I know it talks about, like, it seems like it's happening in a work environment. Okay, so I had to look it up because I thought this was important. Gonna be a penthouse popper, gonna be a millionaire, gonna be a real fast talker, and have me a love affair. So let's count on those first two lines, about, like, you're going up, the penthouse, millionaire mentality here. Once you find that thing that you're really looking for and restructure, you're okay with the change, because where you are right now, it feels like you're kind of like an energy. I said this could be too aggressive or not aggressive enough. I almost feel like it's not aggressive enough, because you don't have, like, all these other cards are talking about finding like a new spark, and then just this is a 0 card. It's a brand new beginning, and it's just like, but it's going off with like this really super great enthusiasm. And then the Tower in reverse, like nowhere to go but up. And then finally, the final outcome is the King of Cups. So this is, this person who might help you could be your partner as well. But the King of Cups is in control of emotions and intuition, has like this deep wisdom behind it, and has like respect and admiration of people. And I feel like when you put it's really just about putting that structure in place of where you want to go. Like, for instance, you're going to get up at 5 in the morning, you're going to work out for an hour, you're going to get dressed, you're going to go to work, maybe you're working from home, but you're going to put pants on, like putting that structure together, that framework that is right for you to work in, where you are balancing. The King of Cups is water. Both of these are water, which is like emotions and intuition. But the King is very much in control over those things, control over emotions, control over intuition. So whatever measures that you need to put in place so that you can like take back control, because that's what this Chariot is about as well, like taking back that control over where you are going and what your life is about. The subject of money is really two subjects. The subject of money is really two subjects. 1, money, plenty of money, and 2, absence of money, not nearly enough money. Often people assume that because they are speaking the words, I want more money, they are speaking positively about money, when you are feeling fear or discomfort as you speak. You are not speaking of the subject of money, you are speaking of the subject of not enough money. And the difference is very important, because the first subject brings money, the second subject holds it away. This was really an epiphany moment for me when I realized that within the law of attraction. And it's controlling your emotions here with the King of Cups. And money is really nothing more than it's about freedom. and it is an energy exchange. So just let that flow into you and feel good about it, and it will flow to you. Whenever I'm feeling good, I am attracting good. What did I just say? Feel good about it. When you think a thought of upliftment and abundance or well-being, you are filled with a feeling of positive emotion. You may trust the way you feel as the indication or as the indicator as to which side of the subject, which is really two subjects. This is interesting. Oh, 22 and 26. Because this just said two subjects, and so this is talking about two subjects too as well. Whether it is the subject of money or lack of it, or health or lack of it, or relationship or lack of one, always when you feel good, you are in the place of attracting that of which you are wanting. Like, and it makes sense, right? Like if you're trying to attract a relationship, but you're just in this like mode, like nobody wants to go out with something like that. And money is just another object, another energy in the universe that is like that. Now 3 of these cards came out, everybody else got 2, and you have resilience. So let's look at this one first. 21, this is waning gibbous. And resilience, you know, let's go back to these 2 cards, because if you have made a mistake about something, that's part of experience. That's part of resilience. That's part of learning new things. And the Tower, right? When you start over, you know, you've made a mistake and everything is stripped away and you're starting over. You're not starting over with nothing. You're starting over with experience. The other thing with resilience, you know, it's just taking in all of the things that have happened to you and packaging them up and using them for your own good. Also with resilience, that could be helpful here is just letting go of things that are no longer serving you. If you're thinking these negative thoughts, let it go. If you have a relationship that is very, very needy and you're not getting anything out of it, you know, step back from that and find out and make sure that it's something that you want to do. But I'm just getting that from like this really heavy load here of weighing this person down. Because you want the clown, the sacred clown, is not somebody who's weighed down by stuff. And I almost feel like this change here kind of like just strips away some things so you're not carrying baggage into February. And then we've got creation, Beaver Moon. I love this. You know, you talk about master creators, and beavers are master creators. That's why I think this card was giving to the beaver moon. You can be a master creator as well. Like this Princess of Swords is just like brand new idea, brand new beginning. I was talking about putting in a structure in place. Here's some blueprints. Put in a blueprint for you to follow for success, and balance those things. King of Cups. And then finally self-love. And this is letting go of what did I say with resilience? Letting go of things that no longer serve you. A lot of things that are super, super heavy that no longer serve you are ideas and the way that we talk to ourselves, ideas about ourselves. This energy here where we're just kind of like meh energy, where we're not acting on things, where we're not this King of Cups. But like I said, embrace this change, because it's going to change from this energy that isn't serving you, either, like I said, too aggressive or not aggressive enough, and then too rigid or not rigid enough. Love yourself, trust yourself, see your mistakes as part of you and part of what's going to help you in the future. The Tower is also interesting too, because it just strips away like all of those things that we no longer need when we have that Tower. So there's like 3 cards that are kind of like that, where, and I feel like it's ideas that are kind of like holding you back, but you're going to find your way out of that. And a great energy there with the King of Cups. So that's what I have for you, group 3. It looks like a great month. Just put some structure behind it, put on some pants, and I will see you in the next reading. See ya. Hello, group 4. If you picked the green opal, you are in the right place. I have some cards for us, and then oracle cards we will get to in a minute. But first of all, let's see where we are right now. And the Empress is what comes up, which is a great card. She's all about manifesting abundance, and she's also very nurturing. She's the quintessential like mother. But I do have to say that a lot of like really super nurturing people this is not gender specific. Like there are a lot of very nurturing people who are divine masculines. So my stepdad as an example, this is somebody who will help you out and like kind of goes out of their way to help other people. And I brought up my stepdad. He owns a trucking company. He has people calling him. He's very specific, specialized trucking. And people call him for advice all the time. And it doesn't matter who they are or what company they work for. If they are a competitor, he helps them out. Also, you know, like men working in the garage helping other guys with their cars, things like that. Somebody who pulls over, like this is somebody who always pulls over when they see somebody on the side of the road and helps them out. So very nurturing, helping energy, just putting that forth into the universe, but also that creates an abundance there for you. So very nice. The lessons that we have here, and this is working with other people, 3 of Pentacles. Working on a project right here, you can see they have like kind of like these blueprints that they're going to build something together. Teamwork, shared goals, pooling energy. And I feel like you're somebody who really likes to work with people, and that like fulfills you, because the Empress is fulfilled helping other people. Things that you need to overcome. This is the 8 of Pentacles, but in reverse. And I would and I could see this as something you need to overcome, because I feel like, okay, the 8 of Pentacles upright is about, you know, working and being a perfectionist and perfecting things. So overcoming when that isn't possible. I mean, there are times where you just can't put out the quality of product that you want to put out, whether that is you're writing something but you're on a deadline, or you're creating a website, whatever that product is. This is also talking about new skills. So you may be somebody of a certain age and you're looking at some sort of technology that would help you. And you may need to go and get some new skills. I guess you don't have to be a certain age. I mean, we're always looking for new skills, but you may have this idea that maybe you're just right out of college and you're finding that you need to even sharpen your skills in that way. Okay, so the first step to improving your situation in February, this is the 10 of Wands. And if you can take a look at this, this almost looks like even though those aren't pyramids, I get the idea of like building these pyramids, like building these huge, large structures, but it's weighing down on you. Usually this is shown with those wands, like on somebody's back. I mean, the good thing about this is that a 10 is a number of completion, that you're about ready to put these things down. If you were creating these like large structures in the background, I get the idea of pyramids because it looks like a desert here. It's kind of like zapped your energy, but you're almost done with it. So the first step is to let go of some burdens, basically like lift your head up, see that light at the end of the tunnel, and possibly put up some boundaries. Because I say that when you have this Empress energy and you're like helping people and helping people and helping people, is it always getting returned to you? That type of thing, because that can be really exhausting when you're helping people who just are not appreciative of that, and you're not getting like a return. Like a lot of times this Empress does those things just for the mere appreciation of it. Then we have the Five of Swords, and this is a money-making opportunity. But you can see here the Five of Swords, there's people fighting with the swords. Like there's a person here and there's a person like ready to stab someone with the sword. And I mentioned appreciation because I almost feel like in this Five of Swords energy, you're not feeling appreciated. Again, like you're being taken advantage of. And when you have like this beautiful kind of nature and you don't have putting up boundaries, that can definitely happen. And then we have the Nine of Cups, but in reverse. The Nine of Cups is the wish card. It's like everything is possible. You are on top of the world. It's almost kind of like a genie in the lamp, right? You can rub this. It's just having everything at your disposal. But right now we're having it in reverse. So like your dream job is not what you thought it would be. Your, this going out and helping people is not what you thought it would be. Okay, so Nine of Cups in reverse. Like your dream job is not what you thought it would be. You are this Empress. You are like the perfect teacher. Like you decide that you want to be a teacher and it is just not working out that way. Like working out the way you thought it would be. And it could be because you need to set some boundaries. You aren't... Like you're just putting way too much into something and not getting out of it what you thought you would. And you're not, with this Empress, you're like not in that frame. Like you're not somebody who asks like what's in it for me anyway. But at a certain point, and with these three cards, like that stuff weighs on you. That really can get to you. So I worked with somebody recently, male, who bends over backwards for everybody every time they ask, every time they call, and people know to ask and call for advice from him, and he will just drop everything and go and help them. But again, he's not getting the return on it, or he drops everything and helps somebody and then like he hands it off to them, like they have to finish it, to do something with it, and it's like 6 weeks later and they haven't done anything with it. So he was realizing that like he is prioritizing somebody else's project more than they are. So one of the things that we put in place for him, or we discussed, were boundaries. That, okay, you're going to be available like 1 day a week. And if that person isn't available, and maybe it's not even this week, maybe it's like next week, because if you put them off a little bit, sometimes they can find their own way. And that is nurturing too, like letting people understand like their own power and what they have. So what is perfect for you, like your method, what you would actually love, is the the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Cups. The Knight, this is almost like the Knight in shining armor, which is why this Empress energy is so perfect, like this nurturing energy, because the Cups is also about emotions and coming to somebody's rescue, but it's also movement. So it's just coming in and touching somebody's life and really helping them out and then moving on. Like that is your ideal, and that is what you would love to find. You'd love to follow your heart and make impacts on people that they appreciate. That the important part of it, which is what's lacking right here, is the appreciation of it. This is also popping into my head. We have a term for people who just keep asking questions and asking questions, but then they never take advice. We call them ask holes, ASK holes, because they never really want to do anything, and they're not appreciative of the time that you put in. But your ideal is that they would be, and your ideal is that you would give good advice and they would follow it and live like a happier, healthier life, to kind of get around like this energy of it and to like the more productive, happier energy of it. And the final outcome for you, we have the Three of Wands, which is a very good outcome. This is, Wands is about passion. Again, I really feel, the Empress, the passion and the emotions here, the good feelings, the goodwill that you have towards other people. But 3 is looking ahead with confidence and like expanding your empire. Like this is putting boundaries in place to maybe where you can help people who really, really need it, and the people who are just wasting your time, they can go someplace else. And this is almost reading not necessarily like a career thing, but like a life goal thing. But I think that those are really intertwined with you, that your career is it's really important for you to help people in some way. And that really in any career you can help people. It's just with what, and achieving things in different ways. So the Three of Wands is putting like a little bit of a structure in place, putting up some boundaries so somebody doesn't come at you kind of like behind here and surprise you, and that you're able to like expand what you do to help more people, but people who are going to basically pay it forward. Like you don't need that necessarily for yourself, but you need somebody who is going to be appreciative and move forward with that help that you're providing. So we are each responsible for the thoughts we think. When you are in alignment with who you really are is this Empress, you cannot help but uplift those with whom you come in contact. Your value to those around you hinges upon only one thing: your personal alignment with Source. And the only thing you have to give to another is an example of that alignment. Okay. Which others may observe, then desire, and then work to achieve. But you cannot give it to them. Everyone is responsible for the thoughts they think and the things they choose as their objects of attention. So this is really interesting, and I love it with your cards because it talks about, like, I feel like sometimes you get discouraged here because you know exactly what somebody needs to do to change their situation, fix whatever's going on, but either they just don't want to take that step. They don't appreciate what you have to say. They just want to sit here and complain the whole time. But the best example that you can give is just living the best life that you have, and that you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. The story I tell is the basis of my life. There is no right or wrong to tell your improved story. It can be about your past, present, or future experiences. The only criterion that is important is that you be conscious of your intent to tell a better feeling, improved version of your story. Telling many good feelings short stories throughout the day will change your point of attraction. Just remember that the story you tell is the basis of your life. So tell it the way you want it to be. So this is focusing on the ideal and basically like attracting that. So your ideal is you want to help other people. Well, that's not enough, right? That you just want to help other people, because every person that you come in contact with could probably benefit from your help. However, you want to help other people, but you want to help other people who are going to appreciate your help. You're going to help other people who can benefit from your help. You're going to help other people who are uplifted by your help. And then we have will and protection. And I think these are interesting together. First of all, protection is just putting in those boundaries so that you don't get drained, so that you are protected, and that you can fly off here with this cosmic bird and be a better version of you, and like a refreshed version of you. When you protect yourself, you're a better version of you. When you have boundaries, you're a better version of you. And then also this comes with the idea that the universe is working in conjunction with you. The universe wants you to succeed as much as you want to succeed. And then this is determination, and it's very much in line with, I forget which card it was, but that you have like this will, and you have this outline for what you're going to do and how you're going to live your life and how you're going to work here with integrity. But the other thing is, you cannot force your will on other people, and don't allow them to force their will onto you. So this is very much being within your own guidelines of integrity, and then just being an example for other people. Like if you think that nobody should do XYZ, or nobody should do these things, well, then be that person who doesn't do those things and live that through your example of being like the best version of yourself. So that is what I have for you, group 4. You're a fantastic person. I will just say that right now. And I hope that you have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye.